Squeaky's on the windowsill, king of the throne. Charlie's got a feather toy, she's in her zone. Doobie's in the kitchen, knocking stuff down. 3 cats ruling this crazy little town.
Good morning, everyone. Oh, I'm feeling low grade coldish. Not like freezing cold, but like I'm getting a cold or something. I don't know. How I don't know. Oh, so how are you doing this morning or today? I've been getting them out more in the afternoon than I have been in the mornings, but again, that's because I have to make sure that certain things aren't showing or I'm not saying certain things and that kind of stuff. So, whatever. Hey, there's my popcorn from last night. I never finished. Guys want some popcorn for breakfast? Just joking. Got La Puff on my lap. Now she's leaving. That one of her friends? No. That? No. Okay. Oh, actually probably am going to snack on this popcorn now that she's gone over there. Oh. Woke up like, I don't know, I'm fully rested. I feel fine, other than I feel like there might be a sinus thing going on. I should check and see. This might be the time of year that ragweed's coming out too. It is coming towards fall. Oh, it was a random string on there. I thought, what the heck is inside my yarn? It's just a random string. So it is coming on fall. This is like our last month of summer. So we get July and August. Doobie slept on me all night long. Like all night long. And then I wake up and this one wants on me all morning long. So, that popcorn has nothing on it, but I love it. It's weird, but it's what I would imagine styrofoam to feel like if you were to try to eat it. And I think that's kind of a cool sensation. However, they do some companies will pop popcorn and they'll put it in your packing instead of packing peanuts. Some companies make packing peanuts just like puffy Cheetos without absolutely anything like sugar, salt, flavoring. Those amazed me when I first saw them. I didn't know what they were. Somebody just said they were corn. And they're like, yeah, you can just flush them down your toilet. And I'm like, styrofoam? And they're like, nah, no, it's not styrofoam. So, Puff, you buffo. Squeaky just came out from his corner to tell me it was food time. And he did it rudely. With his squeaky yowl. He's just finally getting that back, his I am boss authority. So I'd say he's about 98.9% better. Almost time to get my solar lights outside. I should grab the one in the kitchen. The big long one in the kitchen that was just hanging by a wire the other day. What I did, I wrapped that wire around my pipe up there on the ceiling, and then left dangly pieces, for lack of a better word, to wrap around the rope I already have to hang the lamp. That worked pretty darn good. And then I extended the pull chain, because I had some pull chains that came in that same mystery box I had those hinges from. I'm like, okay. So those any of those pieces were not useless. I needed them, but they just lay around until I do need them. I guess that's part of having tools, right? They just lay around until you need them. Tools and husbands. Not all husbands are like that. I'm just joking. Mom. No. Dad is probably the hardest working person in our family. Well, I will have to say, she works hard. For anything that she wants, like planting things, or her baby, her cats, or her dog, or any of that, she works hard. And I'll work hard too. It's just, I was called lazy most of my life by my dad. So my brain still kind of thinks it in the back of my head that I'm being lazy. And there is this sweet woman on TikTok. Her name is the TikTok Mima. And if you really need a pick-me-up, an uplift, I'd look her up. She's like, you are not lazy for sitting down and taking a break. You are taking care of yourself, and you are, and you are, and you are, and just a bunch of positive stuff. She looks very concerned when she's saying it, and it seems like an aunt, because she said she's 60 some years old, so she'd be like an aunt to me, or an older sister. And the one I was telling you about that has all that jumbled up stuff in her head is the Queen of Distraction on TikTok. If you really want to know what's going on inside of an ADHD head, or I guess probably an ADHD head, which is autistic and ADHD, I would go watch one of her little skits. That's basically perfectly what's going on. Like when I said, was it this time? It was either this visit here with Pam or probably the last visit there with Pam too. Her husband, awesome man, thank you for being such a good friend, would say, do you have your wallet? Do you have your purse? Do you have your drink? Do you have? And no, I don't. Where is it? I need I need somebody to do that for me. Because it takes me almost an entire day to go to the store if it's planned. Because if it's not, then I forget everything because I'm just expected to leave the door and go. It takes me basically an entire day to get everything that I think I need for the next day. And I do not know why Gemini just popped up. That was weird. Did you touch that with your tail, Beb? My buffo? Puff's right there. Oh, can you see her? No, that's her. She's right there. Hi, Puff. Is that buffo? Yeah, look at you. So pretty. He's so pretty. Tell Mama love you. Who's that cat? Who is that? I finally got a picture of all of us in the same picture. Squeaky was on my lap. Charlie was getting her bath. And Doopy decided to come and lay right here. So they were all in the frame, but it's kind of a wonky picture because all of a sudden Puff realized Doopy was laying on her. She's like, "Oh, you're touching me. It's not Squeaky." It's funny. Oh, she's... Or I'll peek around the corner and she's licking her. And once she notices that I'm watching, she hisses and growls and like, "Get out of here. Go away." Hi, Mom. I wasn't being nice to her. Not a beautiful sunset this morning either. But, I mean, it's what you get. It's what you get. I do live in a gorgeous area. It's just an inconvenient area sometimes. Oh, man. I feel like... You dumb cluck. You have cats on you constantly. And when you're sleeping, allergy meds might just be going, "Ha ha ha ha, we're not working right now." I just saw something fall off my face. Hair. Alright, I have a fixation on my hair. My hair. It bothers the heck out of me. Like yesterday when I said I felt like I had a beetle crawling up my butt crack because of the tag in my pants. My hair drives me insane. I hate the stuff. I hate having it on my head. When it was as long as it was and I kept complaining that I needed a haircut really, really, really bad, it was touching me. I could feel it. It was touching me. And then I can feel every single one that drops. And it just drives me nuts. Squeaky's trying to escape. So that's why I mess with it and play with it and this all the time. As it's touching me. And that's another reason I don't like clothes at all. They're touching me. Her, my cats, I want them to leave me alone sometimes because I don't want them to touch me. Stop touching me. And I know, if it isn't autistic, it's at least neurodivergent. Nothing you can do about it. You can go to support groups. Got a bunch of them on TikTok. I understand why TikTok would be an autistic community thing. Some ADHD place. Actually, because they go fast like commercials. You have to have zero attention span. YouTube, I just have on for noise. TikTok, I'm like, resource, 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 resource. YouTube, I don't really have to have an attention span for YouTube either. Like I said, I just listen to it. It's on for noise. As I do what I want to do, and that's crochet, or tearing things apart, or putting things together, or anything. I just listen to lots of stuff. I used to listen to true crime until every single one of them started doing only, in my mind, only really bad crimes on children. Auntie is an empath. Auntie feels what they're talking about. So if it's a nasty crime, I can feel that pain. I don't know how to describe that. And it is okay to be a Christian and be an empath. What they say that to have empathy, to feel for other people is a legit thing. So here I am, an empath. And this is another reason why I self-isolate, is because I will be in a crowd of people, and when I leave, it feels like they left a film of oil on my aura. Like, I can't shake them off. It depends. If it's just random people, like I can't go into a swimming pool because it feels like I'm swimming in somebody's toilet. You take me in a lake, which I know is somebody's toilet because fish, But when I'm in a swimming pool, it's vibes that I feel. It's these people, and they're all... My friend Travis, which I haven't talked to in a long time because he's a diva. He's gay, and he's a diva. And one time we were out swimming, and he says, "Is that a leaf?" But we're in a lake, okay? I said, "Yeah, that's a leaf. There's trees everywhere." He goes, "Don't they have somebody to come by and filter this?" I said, "It's a lake." And then the leaf comes and it touches him. He goes, "Ew! Nature's touching me!" I'm like, Travis, go swim in some chlorine if you want that. This is a lake. And I picked up a snail, and the zebra mussels are invasive, but I says, "This is your filtration system for the lake." Nature's touching me. Oh, he was a hoot. We had our time of hanging out and stuff like that, and cruising around and going to the beach and stuff together. He's since moved on. People do that to me. Some people stay. Some people just, like, "I needed you for this moment, but I don't need you now." And they go. So that's why I'm like, if you must subscribe and stay and listen to me, that's cool. If you need to leave because you don't enjoy what I'm doing or saying or whatever, okay, goodbye. I had fun with you. Thank you for listening. Because it's just, I've learned that people leave just like they've showed up. Some people just show up and stay. We all know which ones I'm talking about. Bina, Julie, Pam, and her kids, and their kids, and maybe their kids. I don't know if the goblins or anybody like that listen to me. They probably don't. They're probably like, you're boring. You bored me when I was little. Now you're boring me as an adult. Well, her goblin number 2 is still are they? Yeah, I think they're 15 or 16. So they're still a minor. I miss them. I miss them both and her son. See, I'm getting a little better. The goblins, well, goblin number 1 dead to me. Well, I showed you that. I'm her dad. I'm their dad. Again, I will wear that hat too. If you need me to be your dad, I'll stand up and be your dad. Does not mean that I prefer men. Again, I've stated many times, no, I don't. But if that's the role you need me to play, a BA person that's going to stand up for you, like a dad would, or, tells dad jokes, or fixes stuff, or, acts like a dude. Like I said, I'll act like a dude. I can, I will, and I probably, I can, I have, and I probably will. If you need a dad, I'll be your dad. If you need an uncle, I'll be your uncle. If you need an auntie, I'll be your auntie. I probably will try not to be your mom because I have two daughters. And that is reserved for them. Unless I don't know, my mom's got many children that aren't hers. That didn't come from my parents. So, if you need a mom-like person, I suppose I could be that. You need a sister, you need a friend. I just won't be your trash can or toilet or toilet paper. I won't be that. But if you need somebody and need me to fill that role for you, or I have filled that role for you, and you want to call me something other than Auntie, or you want to call me something, other than Tressa, like Dad or Uncle or whatever, do it. Those titles are, that means I'm respected. Doggone it, that means I'm respected. And it's showing respect in the way the person knows how to do that. And I appreciate that. So, I know I do that a lot, and I'm trying not to. So, it just seems like it triggers my brain to think something. I should probably, if I'm thinking, it's like a weird habit that I know I'm doing it, but I don't realize I can stop it. So, I hear myself doing it, but I can't catch myself to stop it. Again, I will probably be crocheting again today. There is a stitch, and I didn't notice it, but I think it's clever as heck. It's called the lark's foot. And Aunt T and her, right? All of a sudden, I'm scrolling through YouTube looking for things to crochet. And this dude pops up with the middle finger crochet. And I was like, okay, let's see what you have to say about that. And no, this is how the lark's foot is supposed to look. And I suppose it looks just as crass upside down because it looks like, male anatomy. But if you turn it around, You got middle fingers. But if you're just not looking for that, it just looks like a subtle design. And like I said, I didn't think of that, and I wish I had. It was it Juan the Yarn Addict, I think. No. Was it? It was this MX domestic dude. See, this is how it's normally supposed to lay. And he describes, I think, in this video. And I'm sorry, Juan, that if you ever hear from me, you probably don't know me anyway. He's also another gentleman that crochets on here. Anyway, this guy, he's like, I was doing this, and he goes, and I looked at that, and one day I go, that's not a stitch, that's the middle finger, Charlie. But if you're not looking for either one, and like I said, whoops. Sorry. Oh. Well, she is one of the ones that she is one of the ones that I said that you will learn a lot from. Where did I put that? Charlie, ow. Don't like that you do that to me. There it is on my knee. She is one of the ones that I would say if you wanted to learn something from. There we go. That's the lighting I want. If you wanted to learn how to crochet, she is one of the ones that will teach you very well how to crochet. And I'm not even sure if I'm allowed to put her in my video. So, because I accidentally did. We'll leave it in and see. She might sue me. She'd be like, ew, why are you talking about me? However, I don't see why I shouldn't, because maybe she's got some products you could buy. I don't know. I never looked. I don't look to see if I can support them financially. Because if it's on YouTube, it's a free video. And I know that's ignorant. But I'm also poor. I also have to sit around and listen to them describe every single fiber and every single piece of the cloth they're making too. In order to get their free content. So is it really free? You have to sit there and listen to them. Again, I'm more of an advanced crocheter. I'll warp your pattern into something else that I want it to be quicker than you can say boo. So them sitting there saying, let me grab my stuff for a second. Excuse me for the half face. You're on my thigh. For them to sit there and say, you have chained 4, which I did. And then to say, now yarn over your hook and skip the first stitch. No, don't skip the first stitch. And put it in the top here and yarn over and pull through 2 and pull through 2. You've made your first double crochet. Yarn over and put. They'll do that through the entire video. And I know it's a learning video. I'm like, I already know how to do this. Just give me the pattern. So some of them I have to go look. I have to go watch some of the foreign ones because they'll put it in a written pattern and show you the stitches, but they won't talk. They'll put music behind, in the background or something. So it's like that I can deal with. That is okay. That's fine. But again, I understand that they're trying. And Nastasia, Donna Wolf, she'll do that too. But she's got some really good patterns. that's where I go in and I make my own video of their videos. And put it on private on YouTube and skip all of that extra instruction for myself. I'm never, ever, 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 ever going to publish it because that's not my work. Ever. That is not my work. That is somebody else's work. It's just I needed it short version. I'm glad YouTube allows me to do that. They have never, ever said I can't. But again, it's private. So, I mean, I could probably show you a shoulder in my private videos. I don't know. I don't know what you're destroying with your claws over there. Oh, I was like, I can see a light through the sleeve of this. Oh, they're my solar lights. I still need to take them out. Man, isn't that beautiful? Got rid of the one, but the other one's like, good morning. When I was of age of having my period, my mom would call that a glory pimple. She'd be like, guess what, Tressa? That just means you're gonna. I'm like, oh, wonderful. But again, I'm also menopausal, and that has to do with hormones too. So I think that it makes sense to have pimples as well. Because every stage in your life when your hormones change, like when you turn into a teenager, and for a female, when she has her time of the month, it usually involves getting acne. Some people get it everywhere. Some people get it sporadic. So I think it would make sense for a menopausal woman to get acne. I goofed up and I stated many times before that I goofed up. It said does not mean that I prefer men. I've stated many times before that I do not. I meant I do not prefer women. Women. But my head said, you're going to say man. Google said the same thing. It is common because of hormonal changes. Okay, makes sense to me. So, you don't like it, don't look at it. Just listen to me while you're, I don't know, doing your morning constitutional. That's what my parents call it when my dad goes in there and visits the restroom. He would go in there for hours. Was it Sunday? Well, yeah, we would go down we'd get it delivered, Sunday newspaper, and he would read the whole thing and just sit there and do his, and sitting here thinking about it. Her and me and Mom, that had nowhere to escape. As an adult, I understand that because I've used the bathroom as an escape myself, and not just from children. Not just from children, from all humans. I gotta go to the bathroom. Nobody's gonna bother you in the bathroom. Unless you're in a public bathroom, then they'll come find you. But normally they're not gonna come find you in the bathroom. So you just sit there and sigh a relief that nobody's bothering you. It's a good escape for if you're in a public situation and you're just all of a sudden feeling overwhelmed. I got pee. Except for a lot of times I do got pee. So you never know if I'm escaping or if I'm actually just going. On TikTok, speaking of going, and I understand why they're using it for this, but there's a new trend that they're doing, that people are doing, and they're calling it their fart walk. And what they'll do is they'll eat their dinner and then they'll go out for a walk and let out all their gas. I think it's ridiculous that you can't just do that because that's part of your body function. But anyway, honestly, I think that I would say I'm going for a fart walk, or not even, I'd just go for a walk, but I'd pretend it was a fart walk just to get away from people. I am constantly looking for, if I walk into a room full of people, I sit near the door and I constantly look for a quick escape. Because if I feel uncomfortable, I gotta go. That's it. I gotta go. So, and you'll see me sit in the same spot all the time. Like, I think I did that at the condo with the couches. Same couch every time. Same couch cushion every time. Because my head says it was okay the first time for me to sit here. It's okay for me to sit here every time. I'm not bothering anybody, and I'm not in anybody's way. My seat at home, it still won't give me a clear well, it must have been from the raspberries. My hand's all scratched up. I don't know what from. They won't give me a clear answer as to why I feel like I need permission to sit in my chairs over there, or be in that part of the house, hang out in that part of the house. Except for some people cling to comfort spots. Well, it isn't that my bed is comfortable. It's just I know that I'm allowed to be here. And people will find me if you are one of my people and sleeping arrangements, and people think this is weird, why do you do that? Why do you have to? I prefer to sleep with somebody, with one of my people. When I was a kid and I would go hang out with Pam, sometimes I spent the night. And wherever she was, I would sleep on the floor or try to sleep in the bed with her. And now I'm not, like I said, I'm not trying to be with her. She was one of my people, and I was comfortable with her. And I knew that I was allowed to be in the space she was in. I wasn't trying to be gross or weird or anything like that. I just knew that it was appropriate for me, because she invited me to be around, that it was appropriate for me to be there with her. So I guess I was trying to take social clues or something. I don't know. I just knew that I was invited by her, so I was supposed to be near her. And you'll find me following her around. Everywhere she walks around, you'll find me following her around. Or any of my friends, you'll find me following them around because I don't know where my body is supposed to be. I don't know where I'm supposed to be or who I'm supposed to be talking to, but I know that I'm okay with these guys. And if they come up and say, well, this is my other friend, and I'll say, hi, how are you? That's cool. Hey, what are you guys? It's just, it's for lack of a better word, comfort zone, safe space. And that's again where I assume that I'm autistic because I don't know where I'm supposed to be in a social situation. And I don't know who else I'm supposed to be talking to. And I don't know what conversations I'm supposed to be having. So you'll see me standing in the background watching the entire crowd. Just watching everyone. Not really interacting, just watching. And people will say, Tressa, how you doing? And I think that's one of the reasons I did smoke. As a matter of fact, I know that's one of the reasons I did smoke. Is because it was totally acceptable to go in a corner away from absolutely everybody and have a cigarette. I actually did tell people that smoking cigarettes keeps everybody else away. It's like a screen. It's like a wall. It's like you are over there and I am over here. And you will stay over there because you don't enjoy what I'm doing. And it is a way to isolate yourself and look social, kind of, I guess. It's your escape to the bathroom. I don't know. I'm always looking for an escape. Even if I'm with comfortable people. Where do I need to go if I'm overwhelmed? And absolutely every person on this entire earth overwhelms me at one point. Everyone. And absolutely everyone I feel uncomfortable with at one certain point. Everyone at certain points. And I'll be like, where am I supposed, what am I supposed, bathroom. Go to the bathroom. Squeaky, you can't escape. Oh, it's Doobie trying to climb the freaking house again. So that is why Auntie is okay for a week, 2 weeks, month, isolated. It takes absolutely 500% of my energy to hang out with people. It really does. Everyone drains me. Everyone drains me. That's another reason it takes me about a day to prepare for the next day's activity. Even if it's just going to Walmart, I have to mentally prepare that these people are going to be around me. They're going to be talking. They're going to be shuffling their stuff. They're going to be maybe in a bad mood. And I'm going to feel all of this. I'm going to feel it. And I'm going to hear it. And I'm going to see it. And it's like this sound is coming in here and this sight is coming in here. And another sound's coming over here. Coming in over here. And this other sight is coming over here. And do. And I'm like, what am I supposed to be looking at and listening to? I can't focus on any of it. This is all too much. I would walk into, and I'm better, way better now. This is after, immediately after trauma, after, an abusive relationship. I'd walk into Walmart and I would see 2 people in the store. I'd say, nope, there's a crowd. I gotta go. That's why I relate to when my dad says, if it isn't just him and mom, it's a crowd and I'm overwhelmed. I understand that. Like, to try to be, and I call it on, for another person for a very lengthy time, you won't see me for another week. Like when Pam left, I isolated. I didn't want to see anyone because I had cashed that check already and I needed to make more money. And my mind also still thinks if people are going to be nasty to me, I'd rather be alone. And people generally aren't nasty to me now. And I notice that the happier and nicer I look, the happier and nicer other people look back to me. So in healing myself, people are seeing it and they're smiling more towards me because I'm smiling more when I'm around them. I genuinely look like I enjoy being there. And maybe it gives somebody else a smile too. Hey, that person's just happy, just floating. How do they do that? I used to think that too. With all these things going on, how are people happy? How do you incorporate that into your day? How do you get happy? And how do you get happy? You heal. You realize you're not what those people said you were. And you just don't GAF about what they are doing or saying or whatever. It may be pointed towards you, but then you have to sit there and think that's their opinion and everyone's got one. And walk away. And don't be in the situation if they don't enjoy you being there and they're going to gossip and talk. Don't be there. Walk away. You don't, whatever. There was this one girl one time I was at Walmart in the bigger town. And I'm just standing there looking into the freezer section. And she says, oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for being in your way. Excuse me. And I looked at her. I said, you know what, young lady? You don't have to excuse yourself. You were doing the same thing I was doing. You have the right to be right there, too. I could have waited, but thank you. That was polite. But I could have waited. You don't have to excuse yourself from being. You don't have to excuse yourself from being. You're acceptable. And she looked at me and she smiled and she went back to looking into the freezer and I went on. And then I came back around to look in that part of the freezer. I think it was the fruit or something. And then I thought to myself, practice what you preach, Tracy. You don't have to excuse yourself. You're not in anybody's way. You don't have to excuse yourself for being alive. You have absolutely every right in the world to be standing right there. Also, get out of your way. Well, you get out of your way and go about your day. I'm doing this. That's just narcissistic and mean to think that I'm in your way. You can wait just like everybody else has to. King fart face of the world? I wouldn't say that either. Yesterday, was it yesterday? No, it was the day before. And I go, Squeaky, go feed yourself. That's how I look for ways to swear other than swearing. Poor cat. Go feed yourself. Oh, but Mom, I can't. Yeah, you can. There's crunchy food over there. Jackson Galaxy says you're not supposed, and I say it mockingly. I love the stuff he has to say, but some of it I don't agree with for my individual situations. Don't free feed your cats. He needs free feeding. He needs to be able to access food whenever he can. Especially now that he's lost all that weight, he's still trying to gain that back. We're still trying to get him to gain that back. So he's getting free fed. Well, if he's getting free fed, so are the other two. Because I can't just, here, Squeaky, you can have this. No, you guys get out of there. No, I can't do that to them. So if I don't agree with something somebody says, I'll mock their name. Even if I respect the person. You'll see it too, because I'll say, my dad, or you'll say, my dad, not you, or I'll say, my dad, or mom, or mom. I can't control my facial expressions. I'm one of those people. I'll be standing there. No. Just, no. I found these. Well, I found them. They were attached to my pants. And I don't like them because when you have ties on your pants, they leave this knob. And it just doesn't look right to me. So I take them off. But apparently I can take them apart too. And there's how many strands in that one? I'm going to say 4. And that would do the same thing that blue does. So I'm not going to throw it away. I'm going to use it. Then I'm trying to figure out, how do I get the rest of it out of there without ruining the pants? Because there's another section in there about this big wrapped around the back of this. But it wouldn't pull because I'm sitting on it. So I cut it off. Then I started looking at it. I'm like, look at that. Some of these cords I have around here, I was thinking about, I should take that apart. Because crochet the copper inside. But then I think, why would I do that? I'll have to find some projects for that. Might be able to make dish scrubbies. I don't know. Oh. I have to find more toys. Not find them, but I have to buy more cat toys. I brought one home, and she absolutely does not play with it. But if I hung it up, she would. She's been playing with these things that are hanging over here, but there's no toy on it. Because I took it off because the other cats didn't like it, and she wasn't here yet. I didn't know her yet. So, are you going to get up in there again? You turkey? I sound drunk. I know what it is. That's water. Again, my receptors are like, hey, you, are you going to jumpstart us this morning or what? Of course I feel foggy. I walked over there. It was hot water. It's not now. I walked over there with full intentions of making a coffee. And I thought, no, you're quitting. because I had the water in the cup already. I thought, no, you're quitting. I grabbed the cup with the hot water and I brought it over here and sat it up there like I do the coffee. That's why I'm feeling groggy this morning. Just, It's actually pretty relaxing to look at, too, this video that's on here. I don't know. I looked up non-copyright music, and I thought, that'd be kind of cool to listen to while I'm talking. And it seems like the same stuff Pam listens to, too. Again, we're best friends, so you're going to find a lot of similarities. We enjoy a lot of the same things. That's just the way it is. You're a brat. Doobie, stop climbing my house. You know what I should do? I should make me some lime water. That's what I should do. Get some vitamin C. Get some other flavor besides water or brown coffee. And I enjoy that. I really do enjoy that. Then I'd want to put some tea in it too. Make an Arnold Palmer. My version of an Arnold Palmer. Again, I've told you, I prefer lime over lemon flavor. Lemon is like drinking Pine Sol or a cleaner. Lime just has a more different, distinct flavor, and it's a little more sweet than lemon. I know it's still sour, but it's a little more sweet than lemon. And it just tastes more crisp, I guess. Oh. Now the sun starts shining. I wish that we'd have a shiny, just beautiful sunrise like Pam wants to see, like everybody else wants to see. No, the sun's shining now. The sun has already risen. I mean, the pink has already been in the sky and it's risen, but it's always overcast, and then the sun starts to shine later on. It kind of makes me mad. But I guess that's life. Well, my mind's spacing out now, so I guess I'll see you later. You have a good day. Bye.